China's national football team didn't make it to this World Cup, but LABUBU did. At the opening ceremony of the 2026 FIFA World Cup hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico, two ugly cute LABUBU figures bounced and tumbled across the stage during a Latin pop performance, hoisting a miniature World Cup trophy together, and that one-liner instantly went viral across Chinese social media. Point 2 Chinese original IP characters, billions of eyes watching. And in the middle of their goofy little skit, the words "Made in China," created in China lodged themselves into the memory of a global audience. So how exactly did LABUBU earn a spot on that stage? The design that breaks every rule. Let's start with a detail that tells you everything. LABUBU's creator, artist Kazing Lung, once said the little monster he drew was never meant to be a well-behaved good boy. In his picture books, LABUBU causes illness when trees are destroyed, and transforms into a warrior at night to protect humans who love the forest. It has fangs, it has wild, frazzled-haired, it has a permanently sleepy, slightly aggrieved expression, as if it's been wronged by the world and hasn't quite woken up. In the standard playbook for mascot design, nearly every one of those elements is a red flag, and yet, it's precisely this rule-breaking combination that broke through the psychological defenses of Gen Z worldwide. Why? One commenter nailed it. LABUBU's jagged teeth look exactly like the teeth of someone gripping a subway handle during morning rush hour while still managing to smile. Its wild hair is exactly what your hair looks like after the client asks for the 12th revision. That kind of imperfect, relatable energy turned LABUBU into a spiritual spokesperson for young people everywhere. LABUBU's World Cup moment took that ugly cute empathy from online communities and planted it on a global stage. It stepped away from the idea that a Chinese IP must tell a Chinese story, and instead told a story about something universal, the shared clumsiness and stubbornness of being human. That's not abandoning cultural identity, that's finding a smarter way to express it. From a solo appearance in the official World Cup anthem music video, to globally best-selling collab products, to a central role in the opening ceremony, LABUBU has always followed one consistent logic: get people to love you first, let them get to know you later. That soft, low-pressure approach addresses exactly the failure mode of traditional cultural exports: communicating without connecting, being known without being loved. A match made for each other. LABUBU's World Cup appearance wasn't charity, it was a two-way deal driven by mutual need. According to a U.S. survey, fewer than 35% of viewers aged 18 to 25 can sit through an entire World Cup match from start to finish. Before this tournament kicked off, American sports economist Victor Matheson pointed out that this would be the first World Cup where it would be nearly impossible for the average fan to watch every live game. Young people are checking out of 90 minutes on the pitch, but they haven't checked out of pop culture. FIFA has been searching for ways to break beyond its traditional boundaries, with a clear goal: expand the World Cup from a pure sporting event into a global pop culture gathering. LABUBU fit that brief perfectly. FIFA wanted to use this little creature to shatter the event's long-time gender demographic wall and reach people who don't watch football at all, but who absolutely show up for emotional value and aesthetic appeal. And just how large is that community? In 2025, Pop Mart, the company behind LABUBU, posted full-year revenue of 37.12 billion renminbi, up 184.7% year-over-year. The Monsters family, LABUBU's home IP line, broke 10 billion renminbi in revenue for the first time, reaching 14.16 billion RMB. All four of Pop Mart's global regions delivered triple-digit growth, with the company now operating 630 stores across 20 countries. That is an enormous community, the kind that any global brand would kill for as a captive audience. When LABUBU appeared on that opening ceremony stage, this community's first reaction wasn't "wow, great football." It was "oh my god, my baby is on TV." Then came the screenshots, the posts, the discussion threads, the impulse purchases. The numbers back it up. On June 12 alone, the live stream on Pop Mart's official Douyin, TikTok, flagship store attracted thousands of concurrent viewers. The official World Cup collab plush, priced at 599 renminbi, sold 19,000 units, with a limit of 2 per account. That is the power of mutual empowerment. The World Cup gets a younger, more gender-diverse brand image. LABUBU gets the ultimate seal of credibility. From the world's biggest sporting event, completing its leap from trendy toy celebrity to global cultural icon. The real test comes after LABUBU's World Cup moment was a beautiful breakthrough, but let's be clear-eyed, at its core, this was a one-time highlight. After the opening ceremony, the traffic spike will inevitably subside. The real question is, what comes next? The World Cup spotlight, however brilliant, cannot replace an IP's own ongoing ability to generate compelling content. LABUBU's core assets right now are still looks and feelings, but when it comes to story universe building, world lore development, and long-term content operations, there is still a real gap between LABUBU and the IP empires of Disney and Universal that have survived across generations. Every journey begins with a single step. LABUBU has already proven that a Chinese original IP can earn its place on the world's top stages. The next thing to prove is staying power. That requires Pop Mart to keep investing in original content, building out the IP universe, and deepening its global operations, not just celebrating a viral moment and calling it done. The good news, Pop Mart is already moving. In March 2026, Pop Mart and Sony Pictures jointly announced they are developing a live-action animated film based on the Monsters franchise. LABUBU is beginning its transition from a product IP into the infrastructure of the film industry. ***, a collective moment for Team China. ***, behind LABUBU's World Cup appearance was something bigger, a collective showing of Chinese industry at scale. On the manufacturing side, LABUBU was everywhere again. More than 70% of official World Cup merchandise at this tournament came from LABUBU. From fan scarves and cheering horns to miniature World Cup trophy replicas, China's supply chain built the physical foundation of the world's biggest sporting event, with a 7 days from order to shipment pace that no one else can match. And on the cultural side, LABUBU represented a new face of soft-powered. It doesn't lecture about 5,000 years of history, it doesn't lean on kung fu or classical poetry, yet it made young people all over the world feel something, and reach for their wallets. This is the inflection point, China's global presence shifting from hard output to soft immersion. From made in China to created in China. From products going global to emotions going global. That road has been a long one, and LABUBU's 3 minutes of bouncing on the World Cup stage is a small but meaningful milestone along the way. ***, a new language for a new era. ***, from Bing Duan's impossible to buy frenzy at the Beijing Winter Olympics to LABUBU's World Cup debut, China's original creative forces are finding their way into the world, not by insisting on being understood, but by being impossible not to love. And no longer rushing to tell the world who we are. First, making the world fall for what we look like. No longer piling on dragons, ink painting, and martial arts as cultural credentials. Instead, choosing a lighter, more universal, more penetrating language. A little monster's jagged teeth and wild hair, a clumsy little hop, a smile that needs no translation. The miniature World Cup trophy that LABUBU held up under the night sky in North America was more than a prop. It was a footnote for an era. Chinese IP can become a shared emotional shorthand for young people everywhere. This breakthrough was no accident. It is the culmination of years of deep investment in original creativity, continuous iteration and innovation, and steady progress in global expansion by China's cultural and creative industry. Gentle but resolute, China's cultural power is using LABUBU and character